the Redskins, the most, probably the least interesting team right now because I don't think they know what they're doing. And that's not to say that they're doing a ton of things wrong. I think they don't even know where the team's at yet because they're in a coaching change, a little change all around here, but they don't know what they have in Dwayne Haskins. They don't know what they have in Darius Geis. Um, they really don't know how that defense is going to turn out. I think it's going to be something special. I like the way they're building the defense. They're going front back. They have that D line. If you can put pressure on the quarterback, I don't care how many interceptions you have. If the quarterback's hitting the dirt, nothing's happening. But again, if he's getting the ball off and he's pressured, it's not going where he wants it to go. I love it when teams are building that front seven to really be something special, and they are. Rashawn Gary, Kerrigan, now they got Chase Young. I don't know. I'm seeing good things. But I don't think they even know where to go because Haskins is such a question mark. Geis is such a question mark. McLaurin's really the only receiver on there that I like. Their secondary, Ron Rivera just cut some guys because he didn't like who they were and kind of their attitude about things. They're interesting because if we figure out that this is a minimum of a 5-6 win team because Haskins is killing it and Geis is running all over and Peterson's still pounding the rock. Maybe we're only a couple players away from a 500 team here. That would be really interesting. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they really messed up with Haskins last year. The way they put him in and took him out and then put him back in. I don't have a ton of faith in a guy that's been through that. It reminds me a lot of Josh Rosen. And then when you lose Trent Williams, you don't have the best offensive line to sit behind. I don't know. I would project him as the last team in the division, just like they were. But once again, it's going to be a competition for that third spot. The Giants and the Redskins are not making playoffs this year. Barring major injuries on Cowboys, Eagles, which, it happens all the time. If Jalen Hurts is thrown into the NFL right now, Eagles are dropping and dropping fast. If you look at the Cowboys, if Andy Dalton's thrown in, if he's in for 4 games, he'll probably win 2 or 3 of them. He'll do a decent job. But, Zeke goes down. The offensive line can't have anybody run behind it anymore. It's not who they are anymore. Barring injuries, I think the Redskins they're set for last in the division again. But everybody has those years, and I think they're going in the right direction. I don't like the Rivera coach option. I think he'll get you to 8 or 9 wins. I don't know that you're going to get that much farther than that with Ron Rivera running the show. I just don't have a ton of faith in him. I think he's going to bring that defense up quite a bit. The offense, I'm really worried about their offense. But they'll be more competitive with him. I think Ron Rivera is a great coach, but I don't know that he's a coach that will get you from last to first in 1 year. If I had to pick a team to have the worst probability from going worst to first, it's by far the Redskins. But they look like they could potentially be heading in the right direction. All this just sounds like such maybes. But we need to see what happens when there's a coach, because Gruden did not care towards the end. We have to see what happens when there's a coach in there trying his ass off to win. What can happen with the Redskins team? Because maybe that pass rush wins them some games, because that can happen. Maybe Haskins is better than I think that he is. I think Haskins' potential kind of got ruined with his confidence last year. Just the way you drag a quarterback around, it reminds me of Josh Rosen, and his reads need to quicken up a little bit. He needs to stand firmer in the pocket a little bit, and who knows? I hope he does good things. I love watching young quarterbacks, especially ones that struggled, kind of come into themselves a little bit more. I think he can be dynamic in this league. We'll see what happens, though. I think last year really set the Redskins back farther than a lot of their fans want to think. just the way things were ran. A lot, who knows how everybody's feeling. Some of the players like Chris Thompson did like Gruden, but that doesn't excuse some of the choices that he made, or maybe it was more from the organization. But I think they got a lot to do, but we don't even know what they have to do. That's my biggest problem with the Redskins is we don't know where they have to go from here because of Haskins and Geis and their line. We'll see how it all turns out. Um, but they're a for sure team that's in a rebuild. It's just a matter of how deep into that rebuild are they, or have they even started it? I think, but once again, their last two first round picks are who every fan in the world thought was the best pick at the time, especially for the first round. And everything is so unknown. That's my only problem with the Redskins. And Ron Rivera, I just don't. It took him like a day to get him. He's obviously a highly thought of coach. But I see him like Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer, they're always gonna have a good defense because he coaches it that way. But are they gonna go that far? No, they'll probably make you think they are, but they're not. They always seem, the Vikings always seem to get out coached in the big games. So we'll see what happens. I'm just a little skeptical. I have them as a 4-5 win team, maybe. I mean, in the division, at best, they might beat the Giants once. I don't see them beating the Cowboys or the Eagles at all. And I do see the Giants beating them both times, but we just got to see where we go from here.